The following program contains sax and violins. Parental discretion is advised.
Medically
Live from Denver, Colorado, across the world, wide web,
128 kilobytes per second.
the cynical, intolerant Brian Hadley, and the fun-loving lover of fun, Jerry Lee McGuire. And now, from Live 365, it's Soundcheck, Denver music scene.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, jockeys, stallions, and mares, to Soundcheck, the Denver music scene. I'm the cynical, intolerant Brian P., along with the fun-loving lover of fun, Jerry Lee.
Yep.
We are broadcasting live from Virginia Village Downs for the first annual Glendale Derby. Jerry Lee, have you placed your bet?
I have. I'm taking the 65-1. I put my money on Stiv Baiters.
Okay, I'm going with Sodally Tober at 50-1 odds.
Say that a couple times real fast.
Sodally Tober.
Without reading it?
I don't know, though, but it's between that and Winter is Coming. Much better odds, 3-5.
What's the top one there?
Really Fast Horse.
Okay.
Those odds are 1-5.
I'm sticking with Stiv Baiters, man. I got a buck on me, and I think I can turn that over pretty big
In
on
the
65.
65, if my math serves me correctly.
Yeah. I'm glad your math serves you correctly. Don't serve me very correctly.
Hey, we got a great show for you tonight, Jerry Lee.
Yes, we do. It's wall-to-wall fun right here on Soundcheck, people.
Yep. And we have live in the studio, well, actually up in the announcer's booth here at the track, we have Josh Blackburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic musician, plays around town like endlessly. Every time I look at his website, he's playing somewhere. We're lucky that he had a night off, actually, because I've been trying to book him on the show, and he had a night off, so he's agreed to come join us, and he's going to play some of his original stuff. I think he has some newer stuff, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, he's going to play some of that, and
He's going to put some money down on the horses, too.
yeah, I hope so, and some cool covers. I'm hoping, because he does this really cool thing with sampling, and I don't know. You got to hear it. You will soon.
Well, let's light the fuse on another Wednesday night local music showcase with the Blitz Girls at kickoff on Live 365.
So primitive. From the bottom to the top, rock on the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top. Yeah, now don't stop. Gonna love it like an animal. Up from a case of Times Square, up from a dirty dark room. What's that in the alleyway? Moving along the wall, I see moving like an animal. From the bottom to the top, rock on the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top. Yeah, now don't you stop. You know you're looking so primitive. Like an animal. From the bottom to the top, rock on the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top. Yeah, now don't you stop. You know you're looking so primitive.
Rockin' with the Blitz Girls on Soundcheck with She's So Primitive. I remember watching the video for that one on a show called FMTV on Channel 12. And that show was later renamed Teletoons. Ooh, a little local TV trivia for you there. What you got there, Brian? Ooh, sounds like you got a cold or something. Here, blow your nose with this.
I've got some oofer, Jerry Lee. You like oofer, don't you?
I do. I liked getting oofered.
It's the
Which one you got?
it's the white boy reggae band, I like to call them.
That's right. That's right.
Actually, they were a guest on the show here, a month ago?
Yeah.
Good stuff, good
you're
stuff.
Still trying to get the smell out of smoke.
This one's called Rip the Life.
Just joking, Oofer friends.
From Oofer on Soundcheck, the Denver Music Scene.
But more importantly, where have we gone? Everyone's wearing headphones, but there ain't no music on. For every law we abolish, 10 more come into place. It's no wonder we're all alcoholics. The one thing they won't take away. So come rip the light right out of me.
For you on Soundcheck. Hey, more of the Mile High Sound. Time now for one of those like wow moments. Let's get far out with the Symptoms on Live 365.
You see her, she's with her friends, quite sweet. You gotta meet her, you're too shy. You keep your distance. If you don't move, you're gonna miss her. 1, 2.
right, that was The Symptoms with Pickup here on Soundcheck, the Denver music scene. I'm Brian P. along with Jerry Lee. We are broadcasting live from Virginia Village Downs for the first annual Glendale Derby. It's getting exciting around here, Jerry Lee.
It is, and I got my money on Stiv Bators.
Going with Sodali Tober.
And,
we'll ask Josh later what he's going to bet on. So
I think Stiv was 65-1 or something like that.
The odds are not good.
Hey, you know, Brian, I brought a little surprise for you tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Let me set this up a little bit for the audience. Back in the 90s, we did this show on Sunday nights on AM radio. And we had traffic reports, but no one could understand what the traffic reporter was saying. Nutty stuff. Remember him?
He was that crazy Aussie dude in like a crop duster or something?
Yes, he drove around. He drove around. He flew around in that big crop duster. His name was Rod Iron. So anyway, I was digging around in the Soundcheck archives, and I dusted off some clips to share. Here's the traffic reporter Rod Iron now from a February 1999 broadcast, and it goes like this.
Thank you very much, Jerry Lee. And now with a look at traffic, let's go to Rod Iron. Is Rod up there? Rod? Right, this is Rod Iron up in the crop duster accident. This is traffic report is brought to you by Shoebox Emissions and Shoe Repair at 880 West Colfax in Lakewood. Right now, buzzing round just west of the metro area over the Bushberry near the Scalp. We're up to quite a few pairs of nipples as hard as pins for racers. As for your Sunday driving in downtown, I really haven't a clue. For Soundcheck, this is Rod Iron high in the sky, the crop duster X on the 1280 Extreme Headache Radio.
All right, good stuff there. Good stuff, Jerry Lee. That was awesome.
Yeah, remember old Rod Iron. Nobody knew where they were going traffic-wise, but he was a lot of fun to listen to.
Good old Rod Iron. Hey, before we go to break, estimates for the number of horses in the world vary between about 60 million and 75 million.
There's that music again.
We'll be right back.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Bringing you the sound of Denver like a thick coat of body hair. Soundcheck on Live 365.
Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Blackburn.
All right.
It's too late to turn back now. Engines on, we made the turn. Copies of the radio plays that great song. You know all the words. Bugs have hit the windshield. Yeah. I think it's time to take a break. Moment to collect a mind, celebrating all the miles we traveled on this night. Your recollection. Take the trail, kick up the stride, give me light on the flip side. Well, I see a great big old sign telling me so patiently that if I sleep, we will get there more quickly. I don't think that's a great suggestion. Take it all in and then do it again. Times are all right as we go through the night. You can take my hand as we go to the land. We can ride a long time to feel the fine things. You know and remember, bugs have hit the windshield. Take the trail, kick up the stride, give me light on the flip side. Take it all in and then do it again. Times are all right as we go through the night. You can take my hand as we go to the land. We can ride a long time to feel the fine things. You know and remember, bugs have hit the windshield. Take the trail, kick up the stride. Give me light on the flip side. Ooh, oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, oh, yeah, yeah.
That's great, Josh.
Josh,
Thanks so much.
He sounds like a whole band, but
absolutely.
but he's really not. What do you got going there to
Just
make you
me.
sound like a whole band?
Magic.
Magic. It is magic.
It's magic.
We got Josh Blackburn in the studio, or have Josh Blackburn, I should say.
Thanks for having me,
Pardon my
guys. Thanks
grammar.
very much.
Dude,
Appreciate it
thanks for
very
coming
much.
out, man.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for coming out.
We're kind of wondering which horse you're going to bet.
I was thinking Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed's going to be
Mr.
my...
Ed, is he
Mr.
in
Ed.
there?
Unfortunately, Mr. Ed pulled out, so to speak, at the last moment.
Oh, no.
But there's your list.
Here's my list.
Just give it some thought. You don't have to decide right this moment, but
Nah.
I'm
Yeah,
going red hot filthy pepper.
that's a good one.
That's who I'm thinking right now.
Red hot Philly pepper.
What are the odds on that
Oh,
one,
Philly
Josh?
pepper. Philly pepper.
What are the odds on that one?
9-1.
9-1. There
That's
you go.
not bad. So you put down a 10 spot, and you almost get 100.
There you go.
So yeah, speaking Jerry Lee, speaking of a one-man band,
Yeah.
Josh, why don't you tell us a little bit about your setup? It's an interesting pedal board you got there.
This is very cool.
It's a very, very heavy setup. Weighs
I noticed that when you went
weighs
down
a
the
lot.
stairs.
Coming down the stairs, you could hear me grunting a lot. Well, it's it's all it's a bunch of pedals in a pretty specific line, and they all do different functions, and they all have their own function. There's nothing on there that's just, hey, that's a cool sound, I think I'll just put that on the board. Everything's actually utilized in every song. I try to make sure that everything is beat up pretty bad on each song.
Is this this thing with the hose? Is that like the Peter Frampton thing?
It is. It actually is. It's a talk box that I use occasionally.
Do you feel like I do?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's it.
And of course, one of them is the, what is it? Is it a sampler? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called a looper.
Looper. That's what I meant.
Looper, and it can loop up to about 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Nice.
I use it usually for 8 to 16 bars, and then I'll loop on top of that and loop on top of that endlessly until people's
And so on that
ears fall out.
on that last one, did you use that at all? Because it sounded like you had some rhythm guitar while you were doing your solos.
Yeah. Actually,
Magic going on there.
yeah, the magic starts middle of the song. During the bridge is when I use I activate the looper and then do some different lead parts on top of that in order to give it some texture. So when I go back into it after the last chorus, it comes in with a big kaboom kind
Yeah,
of deal.
definitely.
So
For the audience,
Yeah.
I'm counting about 14 different things on this.
Right.
billboard here,
And again,
at least.
as you said, it sounds like way more than one person. And just so everybody knows, there is absolutely one person playing and singing this evening, Josh Blackburn. Was the last song you did, was that an original?
yeah, that was an original. That's the title track off my second album, Flipside.
Okay. Enjoyed it. It was a good tune.
Thanks very
Yeah,
much.
yeah. So how long have you been playing, and or how long have you been a musician, and specifically how long have you been playing in the style that you're playing now with your looping and all of that?
Yeah, for sure. I started playing when I was 13 years old, and played. I was learning really practicing a lot for 5-6 years. Did bands, things like that. 3 years in. And then when we moved out to Colorado in I think 04-05 is when I stopped doing bands and I had to figure out how to do it by myself. So I delved into the looping aspect of everything. So
Now forget everybody else, man. The pay cut's killer.
Yeah, what I was gonna ask, what was the main reason behind leaving the band scene and going solo?
well, I was living in Destin, Florida at the time, and I was really enjoying it. It was really good, but I felt like I needed to get into a market that was bigger than a small town. Because Destin is a great tourist, beautiful place to go and live, and for tourists to go to the beach and things like that. Not this week, but
Right.
but it's a great place to go, and I just found myself playing covers and in the bands, and I played with some very, very talented people, and I just got to a point where I felt like I had gone as far as I could in the town.
Okay.
And so I thought maybe moving to a more of a gateway city to maybe try to market myself and my original material would be better for me in the long term. So that's why I moved out here. And when I got out here, I was living in Loveland. And coming from being a big fish in a small pond to a little fish in a humongous pond, I wasn't getting work, and I didn't have a band. So I'm like, I need work. I want to do this full time. So I decided the looping thing would be the best way for me to make money for me and my family, and be able to do it as a living at the same time without having to go away from music and getting a real job.
And like I said, the money cut is killer. You don't have to pay the drummer or anything.
That part is great, but of course there are the positives and negatives to both. And being in a band is absolutely fantastic. I love being in bands, and the pay cut is bad, and but at the same time you have those dynamics that you can't get looping.
Yeah.
Right.
And you got people, to joke around with and to have a camaraderie with. But
on the flip side, the pedals don't act like idiots.
That's
and,
true.
Lose
and
you
they
a
show
gig,
up.
Yeah.
They
Exactly. Yeah, and you're not having to bail them out of jail.
No, right. I totally understand, and it's there's also just the element of it's just hard to juggle 5 people, 6 people, however many people are in the band. Everybody's got schedules. It just must be a lot more relaxing doing things. It's your schedule. You know exactly what's going on. You don't have to check with anybody except maybe the wife
or yourself. Do you ever have to check with yourself? Well, I don't know
too.
if we should do that. Well, maybe
right?
we
Yeah.
should.
Like, should I do that 9th show this week or not?
Exactly.
Well, and that's another thing is I can play as much as I want. I can play when I want. I can play on somebody could send me an email tomorrow and say, hey, I really need you to. Could you do an afternoon show
or
tomorrow?
Somebody can send you an email and say, or somebody can send you an email and say, hey, I noticed you're not playing next week. Can you come on my internet radio show, for example?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
That's exactly right.
Well, it worked out for us. Hey, I've got one called In a Moment queued up here. You want to tell us a little bit about that? Is it new or?
I will. Actually, I haven't written anything in the last couple of years.
Okay.
But my latest album, Dirty Bird, In a Moment's off Dirty Bird. Dirty Bird was an album that my conception was to go dark and fast and rock, more of a rock album, and it was something that I had never done before, and I'm very proud of the album. It turned out great. I mixed and mastered and did the whole recording myself in my in my studio, and so that was my endeavor. That was my second endeavor in doing that, and it was way more of a success as far as audio quality is concerned. than the one before, which is Purple Elephant, which is, I love that album as well. It just didn't turn out audio as much. But In a Moment is a song about James Holmes and the theater shooting.
Interesting.
And it was from the perspective of a little voice telling them, you can mess up everything in a moment.
Okay.
In one moment. And that's what the song's about.
All right, that's good. That's interesting. Let's give it a listen. It's In a Moment by Josh Blackburn, and we will have more of him coming up here on the program on Soundcheck, the Denver music scene.
Picture this, if you will, a comic boy with a killer thrill. World of hate, a scream for help, a book of knowledge on an empty shelf. Is it for right? Is it for self? To concentrate on the sorrow felt in his head, all the dread, all this bled, all this vomit. Just a kid, that's all he was, a little speck on the concrete floor. He had a noose around his heart. His whole life was falling apart. A little voice came up to say, you can make this all away today, all away, be gone in a moment. Oh yeah. Oh, he caught a smile, then a laugh, took a drink of some whiskey back. Tasted the burn, then the buzz, came to a conclusion with the absence of what was right, what was just, was the thought to exterminate everyone. A god, it was a thought in a moment. You were so young, and you had hopes. Now they're all gone, but you still now you sit, wave room. Isolation is to be your doom. So much for life, your hope destroyed. A little voice you should avoid, but you can't. It's a rant, makes you glance at mistakes in the moment. What you do to get a taste of that you were so young, you had hopes. Now they're all gone, but you still hurt. You still hurt. Don't you still say when you let it slip away? Put a seal on your face for a brutal masquerade. Was it worth it in your brain? Do you really feel insane? Would you call it all off for a different break?
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. Take 1.
Behold the angry giant.
Try it again, Alberto.
Behold the angry giant.
Perfect. Good luck tonight.
Behold the angry giant.
Yay! Read me another one, Dad.
This is WWE superstar Alberto Del Rio. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted broadcast is property of Soundcheck, the Denver music scene.
Any rebroadcast or reproduction without express written consent is in violation of federal law and strictly prohibited.
Some assembly required.
Not actual size.
Batteries not included.
Use only as directed.
Void where prohibited.
Actual mileage may vary.
No animals were harmed during the production of this broadcast.
All musicians over 18 years of age do not listen to this program if you have high blood pressure,
heart disease,
diabetes,
thyroid disease,
asthma,
glaucoma,
or difficulty urinating.
May be too intense for some viewers.
Parental discretion advised.
Hippies beware.
Welcome back to Soundcheck, the Denver music scene. I'm Brian P. along with Jerry Lee. Tonight's guest is Josh Blackburn. More from him coming up soon.
Brian, can I borrow some money?
Let me guess, you already bet on a horse and lost.
No, I didn't lose.
I told you not to do that.
I don't think I have enough on 65-1 for Steve Bader's, dude.
Gotcha. $65 and you win $1. Is that how that works?
Gosh, I hope not, because is that how that works?
I'm not real sure. I'm not much of a gambler, so I'm probably not a very good resource for that kind of information.
Me either.
Hey, but you know what I do know? I know Denver music, so I'm going to hand it over to you, because you do too.
I do too, and your all-time favorite local song will not be heard tonight, so we can bring you this Soundcheck concert calendar update. This update brought to you by Buck Roper's Auto Brokers, Highway 9 and the Bob Hope exit. Don't forget, Buck's open late, and there's always free crap and coffee for the kids. All right, my goodness, you sent a whole bunch of info in this weekend, so let's get right to it. For this Friday, September 8th, check out The Dirty Rotten Imbeciles and Plasma Canvas at Hodie's Half Note. Dale Watson at the Marquee Theater, The Canyons, and Billy the Poet. Slay Angel's Landing. Motion Trap, Get Along, and Time Scale hit the stage at the Larimer Lounge. Brewer and Shipley are at the Swallow Hill, while the Lauren Michaels Band, Haley Spoor, Sunshine James, Gypsy Whiskey, and the Bad Bunnies roll out The Rock at Herman's Hideaway. I wonder what makes them bunnies so bad.
Hey, did you say Brewer and Shipley?
I did.
That's like a national band from the 60s with that one toke over the line, isn't it?
Hey, did they?
I believe so.
They're going to be at Swallow Hill Friday night.
Bring your patchouli oil.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all going to be toking down there, aren't we? Over the line. Hey, flipping over to Saturday, the 9th day of the 9th month. Don't miss the Insinuators. That's even written out phonetically by Cecilia, and I still can't read it. The Insinuators are on the patio of the Platte River Grill. There's a plug for you, Insinuate. Where did the word plug come from? Anybody know? Anybody care? Hey, I don't. Hey, the Nova Kicks, Chefs at Breakfast, Use the Sun, and Loretta Kill slay Moe's Barbecue in Englewood. Tent Show Kings, Flash It at Herb's, Exodus, Axe Slasher, and Legion of Death crush the stage at the Marquee. Kurt Jones doing an afternoon show at the 40 West Farmers Market at Colfax and Pierce. Kangaroo Alley gets tossed into the Lion's Lair, and of course, a big show at the Summit Music Hall on Saturday with X and Skating Polly. A whole lot more you're telling us about this weekend. Coming up in another CC update buzzing around your ears at the top of the next hour. Hey, we love spinning your sounds, Denver. And here's one now from a guy who's been on the scene for decades. This is John Herdt. From his latest album, The Winter Candle. Dig Shaken Not Stirred on the Mighty Live 365. That's John Herdt making it shaken, not stirred on Soundcheck. John's a great guy. He's a Tommy Bolin historian as well, Brian, and I want to get him on the show sometime. Call in, talk a little bit about Tommy Bolin's time here in Denver.
Let's do it.
I think that'd be pretty cool. So that for you in the near future there, Soundcheck listeners. All right now, more of the sound of Denver on Soundcheck. One now from Rose Hill Drive on Live 365.
right, that's Lapping in the Streets with Rose Hill Drive here on Soundcheck, the Denver music scene. Brian P. along with Jerry Lee.
Hi.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hey, let me get our next advertisement queued up here. I think I'm ready to go. You probably will know this one, but don't get too mad at me. But hey, before the break...
Are you going to do the Goobo one?
You know what? I don't know.
Okay, before the break...
The United States is the country with the most horses on the planet.
Really?
Yeah, at least that it was online. It has to be true. Hey,
he's right, you know.
Josh Blackburn after the break.
Yay!
This is Soundcheck, the Denver music scene. We'll be right back.
Stick around.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying
different face and posting on their feed. They're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
We drink and we know things. It's what we do. Soundcheck, the Denver music scene on Live 365.
All right, Soundcheck listeners, once again, Josh Blackburn.
I'm so sorry, sugar, but I just can't stay. It's 12 in the morning, gotta seize the day. Yeah, have you seen my fishing pole and my favorite hat? Going on a journey where all my friends are at, and it's a hot one there. Everyone is singing, getting kind of freaky, cause I got myself a ticket to the best place, rolling to the reservoir. Tackle box and front seat and crickets on my list. Pepsi and a cooler in the back for all my friends. Girls in their bikinis just a rockin' at the dock. If I get hungry, gonna cocker the walk to get some jalapeno cornbread, catfish and fried pickles. Thinking about that goodness gives my tummy just a tickle. It's the best place, rolling to the reservoir. Oh yeah. Stick a needle in my arm, throw me to the tiger, stab me with my guitar. Crack my head wide open and play with all my brains. If you take away the place, you know I would go insane. It's a hard one. Just one last thing I wanna get off my chest. All the stereotypes that I've heard about myself. Yeah, I'm a southern man and I wear it with pride. Just ask all the debutantes I've taken on the ride to that hot one there. Yeah, everyone is singing, getting kind of freaky, cause I got myself a ticket to the best place, rolling to the reservoir. Rolling to the reservoir. Rolling to the reservoir.
All right, Josh Blackburn here in the studio with us tonight.
You know what, Josh? You are just as fun to watch as you are to listen to.
Thanks, man.
He's got this loop thing going, and the beginning of the song was the beat, and he's just like pounding on the guitar, and finally got that going, and so forth. So it's just fun to watch, man.
I'm gonna post some videos of that. So so that the listeners could get a better idea of what the hell's going on here.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it sounds like a lot more than one person. We have more Josh coming up, but in the meantime,
I know what that means.
it's our local music guru, David A. Barber. Mr. Barber, are you with us?
I am with us, yes.
All right, with us.
How are you doing tonight?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
We can't complain.
Yeah, doing pretty good. This is special guest David A. Barber, local music guru, webmaster of the awesome rockoncolorado.com website, and author of the fine book, Gigging, everything you needed to know about playing gigs, except how to play your axe. He almost said gig. Damn.
All right, I give up. I'm going to leave that up. I'm going to let you do it for now on. I blow it every week. So, Dave, what's on your mind? What's going on? What's new and exciting?
Well, it's like towards the end of the summer festival season here. So I thought this would be a great time to, hopefully we got some musicians listening who wanted to play in the summer festivals and didn't get to this year. And this is the time they can start planning for because a lot of them, what they don't know, I get emails and phone calls and stuff usually around May from musicians saying, hey, how do we get into People's Fair or Taste of Colorado or UMS or whatever? And by then it's too late.
Right.
So I just want to give them all a heads up now. If you want to play the summer festivals, the time to do the booking starts in December and goes through maybe February or March at the latest.
Okay.
By April, it's all booked.
So, are you familiar with Josh Blackburn?
Yes, I am, and he's awesome.
Yeah, you should hook him up. Hook him up after the show. Get him a festival. I think he'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Okay. Carry on. Sorry to interrupt.
We'll have to talk about what you want to play. Yeah.
And for some reason, starting last week, our phone calls are only in left channel, and for the life of me, trying to figure it out. But I think maybe the cable's bad. So, anyway.
So Dave, are you more left or more right?
I'm holding the phone on the left side of my head, so that's probably it.
Okay.
That could be it. Jerry Lee, no politics on the show.
No, I'm not into politics at all. I'm talking. Well, he's coming in on the left or the right side of my headphone, so I don't know if I have him backwards or not.
You do.
Do I?
Yeah, probably.
Yep, he's left. He's left of center. All right, that's good. So, do you have any, as far as getting these gigs, is there a good resource for people to, like a website, or do they just start in the street, contacting people? Well, a book, of course, but we'll get to that.
Probably the easiest thing to do is try to find some bands that played it this year and see how they got booked.
Okay.
That's one way to go. Otherwise, you go to the websites and get as much information as you can. You've got a few months at this point to try and figure out who you need to contact and put your music in front of. And for some of these things, it's the best way to do it is to play in front of these people live at some point. And this is a good time to try to set that up and impress them with your live performance. And then, after the gig, say, hey, we'd really love to play that festival that you booked next summer.
Okay. Good advice. So, anybody listening, then there you go. Start looking into it now for next year's summer festivals.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
Well, I got Dave on the line here. Dave, I found something that wasn't in your book, but it's sort of a pet peeve of mine that maybe could be in your book someday. I don't know. It's bands with logos that you can't read. That kind of drives me nuts. When I'm plugging your show, and if I can't read on the poster what your band name is, I will be sure not to mention it. So that just popped out.
I agree with you. There's nothing worse than looking at a band poster or something and going, What the heck is that? What does it say? What band is that?
And basically, it's most likely just an amateur print job from somebody that didn't know what they were doing.
Or some weird font.
I said Times New Roman, not that one.
Like there was another one that I ran across off a poster, and I stared at it for at least 5 minutes, and I could not figure it out. It wasn't one of those ones like the roots all growing together like all the the heavy bands use, but it was some kind of weird ass font, and I'm like, what is this supposed to say? So I just didn't mention the band.
Right.
Sorry, guys, didn't mention your name if I don't know it. But I just thought I would throw that in while I had you on the line there.
My rule of thumb is for posters,
Mhm.
and I don't know if this is in a book or if it didn't make the cut, but for posters, you should be able to see them from about 10 feet away in a dark, well, it's not smoky anymore, but it used to be a dark, smoky bar, and read the name of the band, the place they're playing, and the date, at least.
From 10 feet.
You know, if you can't make those things out from 10 feet away in a dark bar, it's pointless.
That's kind of so it's the 10-foot rule as opposed to the 3-foot rule, which if you're not familiar with that, we can bring that on another subject at another time.
The 3-foot rule?
Ask the Capitol Hillbillies; they'll know.
Oh.
Hey,
That
so
sounds like a good one to be done.
I know exactly what he's talking about now.
So tell us about.
And I've broken that rule. Anyway, tell us about.
Tell us about your pick of the week.
Yeah, Dave's pick of the week.
My pick of the week is Sympathy F.
Great band.
This is a band that you guys even remember because they played way back in the day.
That's right.
And then they took about 20 years off, give or take, and then they came back, and now they're cranking out albums like crazy. I think they're putting one out every 6 months.
And you know, you were aware that we had the lovely and talented Elizabeth Rose on this fine program, right?
Oh no, I didn't realize
Yes,
that.
sir.
That's awesome.
She was the second guest, in fact.
Yeah, and Brian gave her some vape, and it choked her.
We could play that clip later.
Yeah, we got that clip. We'll play it later on our best of show at the end of this month.
So this one's called "Tell Me What I Need to Know." Is it one of the newer ones?
Yes, I believe this is off of one of their newer albums.
Okay. You any idea where to see them next? We could look that up if you don't know. I don't mean to put you on the spot here.
Geez, I know they got something booked. I just can't remember where it is. I think it might be the Walnut Room or something like that.
I bet it's somewhere with a stage, or not.
Yeah.
Walnut Room sounds familiar. I know that they play there a little bit.
Dave, do you know what the F stands for? We've been trying to figure out Sympathy F.
Fun.
I was gonna say fun too. Let's go with fun.
It always reminds me of that Stone song, "Sympathy for the Devil," but they just never finished it. They just stopped at the Sympathy.
Sympathy F for the devil. Yeah.
You could be onto something there, Jerry Lee.
Oh, I'm always onto something, aren't I?
Well, let's
said on to something, Dave. Not on.
Let's go ahead and spin the Sympathy song. Tell me what I need to know. Once again, Dave Barber, our resident guru, local music guru. Yeah,
that's right.
Local music, yeah, whatever.
And webmaster of the awesome RockOnColorado.com website, author of the fine book, Gigging, everything you need to know about playing gigs except how to play your axe. And it's available at giggingbook.com.
Very
I got
good,
that
Jerry
part
Lee.
right.
Very
I got that
good.
part right. Yeah.
Thank you, Jerry Lee.
Yeah, all right.
You're welcome.
That was awesome.
Hey, thanks again for your time, Dave. We really appreciate it, and we will hopefully talk to you next week with a new band and
Yeah,
a new
thanks,
topic.
David. It's always good to have you on, man.
Thanks, guys.
See you, buddy.
Talk to you soon. So this
Dave's
is
pick of the week.
Yeah, Dave's pick of the week is
Dave's pick of the week.
Dave's pick of the week is Sympathy F. This is called "Tell Me What I Need to Know," and you're listening to Soundcheck, the Denver music scene on Live 365.
Suffering
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter, Brooklyn, was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week, she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all got to see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
And now, hour 2 of Soundcheck, the Denver music scene on Live 365. Welcome back to Soundcheck, the Denver music scene. I'm the intolerant, whatever, Brian P., along with the... Wait, what was the...
Oh, I'm a horse-loving lover of horses tonight, I guess.
There you go. Hey, speaking of horses, don't you have a concert calendar?
I do. Hey, duck your heads for another Soundcheck concert calendar update buzzing around the room. This update brought to you by Buck Ropers Auto Brokers, Highway 9 at the Bob Hope exit. Don't forget, Buck's open late. And there's always free crap and coffee for the kids. All right. Hey, Cecilia's gathered more of your info for this Friday, September 8th. It's Dave Haas and the Mermaids, Amigo the Devil, and Amingo, and Tiger Army roar out at the Gothic Theater. Atlas, Rowboat, and Emerald Siam hit the High Dive. Rodney Black and the Blacklist dig Ziggy's Saloon. Alive on arrival. Arrive at Herb's. Too Many Zoos at the Bluebird, while Black Mass and Snafu take the streets of London Pub. Also, Bark Wilson plays the Lion's Lair. Can you bark Wilson, Bri?
Negative.
Okay.
Caught me off guard there.
Just checking. Some of us can bark Wilson, some of us can't. Anyway, another look at Saturday, September 9th. Dig Dead Floyd at the Aggie Theater. The Acoustinators strum away at Brick on the York. Snake in the Pocket shakes up Lonnie's Pub. And boy, that would shake up Lonnie's Pub, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
At the Larimer Lounge, it's Thought Pilot, Unknowner, Master Ferocious, In the Variant, and Penny Sick. Rotten Reputation gets rotten at the Streets of London Pub. Coles Whalen, Capper and Friends, Citra, Hill, and Velvet Winter hit the stage at Herman's Hideaway. Exodus, Axe Slasher, and Legion of Death are at the Marquee. And the Supervillains and I Am the Owl rock out at Hodie's Half Note, Goo Goo Jube. Also, DRI and Death Wish are at the Gothic Theater. That's it for this concert calendar update, and I have no idea when the next one is. Just clearing my throat there, people. Streaming on Live 365, bringing you the sound of Denver and Colorado. Here's another one from the Soundcheck arsenal. It's Bum Con with Giving In. Turn this up. BumCon or BoomCon on the Mighty Live 365. And now, it's Brian P. with this date in music history, September 6th, 53.
Guy Mitchell was at number 1 on the UK singles chart with Look at That Girl, his second number 1 that year.
67.
Engelbert Humperdinck was at number 1 on the UK singles chart with The Last Waltz, the singer's second UK number 1.
75.
Glenn Campbell, rest in peace, started a 2-week run at number 1 on the US singles chart with Rhinestone Cowboy, his first number 1 after 13 top 40 hits.
86.
All-girl group Bananarama went to number 1 on the US singles chart with Venus. The song had also been number 1 for a Dutch group, Shocking Blue, in 1970.
97.
Elton John recorded a new version of Candle in the Wind after performing the song live at Diana Princess's of Wales funeral. Yeah.
2001.
Who writes this crap? Earth, Wind & Fire announced that Viagra would sponsor their forthcoming 30th anniversary American tour. They played all night.
20, 10.
Morrissey caused controversy after he claimed that the Chinese were a subspecies because of the way they treated animals. In an interview in a UK paper, The Guardian, the former Smiths frontman said, "Did you see the things on the news about their treatment of animals and animal welfare? Absolutely horrific. You can't help but feel that the Chinese are a subspecies." I'm not laughing I'm just laughing that he said that because he's a moron.
Well, exactly. That's why I was laughing too. I laugh at morons.
That he writes crappy music, but hey.
There you go. There was your this day in history. Wow.
September 6th.
All right. Hey, it's time to turn up the heat and the speed for this next one. Hold on to something stable and strap yourself down. Here's the Swanks blowing out all the windows on the Mighty Live 365. Hang on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Christmas and Christmas in jail. The man done caught me, I'm taking the fall. Santa didn't answer my one phone call, oh yeah. I'll spend another Christmas in jail, oh yeah. Cause I'm flat broke and I don't care. Spend another Christmas and Christmas in jail. Christmas and Christmas in jail. When the lights go out and it's hard to tell, don't drop the soap, Merry Christmas from hell, oh yeah. I'll spend another Christmas in jail, oh yeah. Cause I'm flat broke, it ain't going well. Spend another Christmas and Christmas in jail. Spend another Christmas and Christmas in jail. Spend another Christmas and Christmas in jail. Bend over, Blitzen! Wow!
Yeah, the Swanks having a little trouble at Christmas there on Soundcheck. Hey, don't miss Sounds on 29th this Saturday on Colorado Public Television, Channel 12. This week's guest is Twin Flame Medicine and comedian Jeff Cohen. That's this Saturday night, September 9th at 9 p.m. It Sounds on 29th, produced by Heather Dalton on Colorado Public Television, Channel 12. Hey, you know, I brought some old clips from some of the old Soundcheck shows from back in the 90s, Brian. And this one...
Oh, God.
Yeah, this one here I got all queued up is Me and You. I think this is about January of 1999. Just go ahead and play the clip. We're just kind of talking.
All right, let's do it.
8:16 here at Soundcheck. The Denver The Denver music scene on 1280X. What are you laughing at? I don't know. What did you have in your mouth there for a quick second? Piece of skin. Jerry Lee and myself are hanging out in the X Lounge. Like a thick coat of body hair. Yes, but the girls love us. Yikes. Grab your bong and your patchouli oil and join Cosmic Bond. Yes, they'll be coming up this evening, and they're going to entertain us with some live stuff here in the studio. Formerly known as the Ralph Cafe. I believe the new name now is the X Lounge. That's what we spray painted over Ralph anyway. Exactly. Everywhere, all those park benches in town, and Jerry and I were out graffitiing all over the place. We've re-logoed everything that we have out there. We had to stop when we were pointing the cans the wrong way, though. Yeah, well, you didn't have to tell anybody. Boy, was I red. That was you, by the way. No.
There you go. A little trip back in time with Brian P. and Jerry Lee. We sound like we're on helium or something, dude.
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, don't forget, you can listen to the sounds of Denver 24/7 now. Simply go to live365.com and search for Soundcheck or Denver. You'll find it.
That's if you're not already listening on this link right now. As soon as the show's over, it kicks in.
That's a fine point. I guess if they're listening, then they already know where the link is.
Well, no,
apparently.
if you put it out to the YouTube people.
Guess what, Jerry Lee?
What? We lost all the listeners?
The elastic V-shaped pad of soft horn in the middle of the sole of a horse's hoof, which helps absorb the impact when walking, is called a frog.
You know, I actually knew that.
Frog.
It's called a what?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that at all. Excuse me. That wasn't Stiv, was it? Was that my horse?
I don't. Ain't no telling. Hey, stick around. We got Josh.
We do.
Josh Blackburn right after the break. Great stuff. Stick around. We'll
Glad
be
it's
right back.
radio. You can't smell what's happening here.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
What?
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. Cool. Very cool. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's important to plan ahead for emergencies.
Like the storm. When it kicked in, we had a plan.
Separated.
We were able to get in touch with each other in no time.
idea how to find each other.
The whole experience was
the
fine.
most frightening 10 hours of my life.
If there's one piece of advice I'd offer other moms out there, it's to stay calm and keep to the plan.
Message.
Some parents plan ahead. Some don't. Make sure you know where to find your family in an emergency. Start your plan at ready.gov. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Jackie the Burger Boy, and to make my bleak existence slaving over a hot grill more bearable, I listen to Soundcheck, the Denver music scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Josh Blackburn.
Cannot find the words to say to stop the tracks of trains and planes, to show my heart is on my sleeve for you. Yeah, myself I can't take it, the path that has been set between the cost of a life and a childhood dream. Dream that has no gasoline. Spark a go, a gun to shoot, runners off the will to do the things I need to fuel my apathy. Dream that has no gasoline. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, a start, you see. It's easier said than done to me. It's like I'm waiting, you're on the call to leave. 1, 2, 3. Cannot find the words to say to stop the tracks of trains and planes, to show my heart is on my sleeve for you. 1 step up, 1 step up, 1 soul.
Right, it's Josh Blackburn here at the Virginia Village Downs.
Oh, stop it.
Stop it. All right.
They love you. They can't stop.
All right. Stop with the applause, please.
Jeez.
They're too kind, aren't they, Josh?
They are.
They keep sending up water. That's all right, though. That's all you're drinking.
Water for my men, beer for my horses, something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Hey, we got the big horse race coming up later on, by the way.
Oh,
so
yeah, it's
stick
coming
around.
coming up soon. But
That's
in the
right.
meantime, hey, Josh, once again, thanks for joining us. Sounds fantastic.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
this
very
is-
much.
This is really good. This is really good. Hey, you got a where was it? Where were my notes? Something about a gig here.
Cecilia, do you have his notes?
It's called the Disonic Music Loop.
That's correct. The Disonic Music Loop is on September the 16th. It's a Saturday. It's an all-day festival. Tickets right now are $25. There's 7 loopers. There's a guy named Marty, Brian Fitzy, Dave Connolly, the Pete Box. He's a guy from UK, and I think Brian Fitzy's from Boston, possibly. Okay. And there's just a bunch of talented loopers that are going to be out there. They're going to have, I believe, 11 beer trucks, and yeah.
Now where's that all?
Then they're going to have, I think the $25 ticket gets you, I think 7 4-ounce. No, is it 15?
4 7-ounces.
15 craft beers they're going to be there.
Okay.
How much for one of the trucks?
So 11 beer trucks. What are the rest of you going to drink?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Exactly.
That sounds really great. And
so and you get beer tickets. It's kind of like a beer festival with looping.
So when you say looping, we need to specify, not like that movie where they can go back in time and whatnot. It's,
no,
it's
no. This is a different type of
musicians. I assume solo musicians like yourself, and then they're doing the looping.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's another looper, Funkmaster. He's going to be there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. There's going to be food trucks as well. But tickets are only $25, and
sounds very cool.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
And where is it at again?
It's going to be at the Westminster Light Rail Station. It's the new Westminster Light Rail Station.
All right.
And like just set up on the platform, like in the middle of the rails, or where? Or do you know?
I'm not quite sure. I think they're setting up a stage and stuff like that right outside of it. So like if you go there, you can get right off the light rail and go down and party.
All right.
Party hardy.
I got a light rail that I can walk to. I usually drive.
Well, then
but
you
I could
can walk there and drink.
if I wanted to walk. But
I got a free Eco Pass.
How'd you do that?
I will not tell.
Yeah, so
on the air
with the $25, you get 15 4-ounce beer tickets.
Okay, 15.
15 4-ounce beer tasters.
Holy
so
crap.
and you get a glass with it as well.
I mean, if you just,
I hope so.
If you,
I hate drinking out of my hands.
If you simply switch that, it's like 4 15-ounce beers. So, and that makes more sense to me. It's easier to do the math that way.
I think, and also it's varietà. It's varietà. You get to try a whole bunch of different beers.
No, that sounds great. Okay, so September 16th. What did we say? What time it started? I got them scrambling. Looking.
I know that I go on
Sorry
1 to 2.
That's all that matters.
It's from 11 to 7.
Okay, and you're 1 to 2.
Yeah, beer tasting is from 11 to 6.
I will be there.
It's going to be fun, man.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there. Yeah. Let's see. September 16th is a Saturday. Good. I won't miss any football. Even better.
Except for that Saturday night game, right?
Okay, and in addition to that, I know that you have a very heavy schedule. So where's a good place that somebody can, like, I don't know, they pick a night, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. They want to go out and see something.
I normally play Wednesday through Sunday, in various different places. But you can check where I'm at my show times on joshblackburn.com, and you can see all the different places I play for the month. Usually goes a month out.
Okay,
and then. Yeah, but for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be at 16 Mix downtown from 5 to 7 on Fridays and Saturdays, on Thursdays and Fridays, and that's a good place to come check me out. And then besides that, I'm just kind of all over.
Okay, so it's working out as far as what you want to do to happen with your schedule. Then,
man, for right now, I'm very lucky.
Okay,
that's great.
Very lucky.
Oh, good reason. I mean, we're totally entertained here, and I can only imagine. Get out there with a big sound system, and I bet it'd be a good time. What do you think, Jeremy?
It's a lot of
Sure. I'm going to try that looping stuff.
You should, man. It's fun.
You got to learn to play guitar, like basics.
I mean,
basic
I've been
stuff first.
Yeah, I've been loopy, but no, that would be something I definitely would like to check those guys out over at the Westminster
Light Rail Station.
Light Rail Station.
Yeah, and once again, joshblackburn.com for more information on all of his gigs. For the month at least.
We're going to play another one from one of his albums, I think.
I think we are.
How many albums you got out? 2? Was it 2?
4.
4.
You got 4 that you can get on iTunes.
Oh,
and
okay.
They're also available on Amazon and I'm on Spotify and all that jazz.
Okay. You can also find them on Facebook if you're a Facebook person. Josh Blackburn. Just look up the name. You'll find him. That's BURN.
Still got your MySpace thing?
I do. Fearless Tone in MySpace. I don't use it. I haven't been on it in a while. I have to check it out, see what's going on.
I actually went to my old MySpace and I couldn't remember my password. And they were kind enough to send it to me.
They were?
I guess somebody still works there.
Yeah, somebody still works
probably,
there, man.
You woke the guy up.
It's going to come back. It's going to come back, guys.
It's
coming back, yeah.
I really, to be honest, I liked it better for the bands, for the band websites.
Really?
I don't know why.
I don't know.
Of course, it's been a long time. I probably forgot.
Yeah, and it was at the time, it was really the hype. It was like, oh, man.
True.
You on MySpace, dude.
Right. It was,
So
of course,
awesome.
yeah, it was pre-Facebook, so yeah, it was a thing to do.
Then they mixed and are you on my face, man? No, I don't think
Are
so.
you on the Facebook?
I'm on FaceSpace. So this one's called Beauty Queen. Which album is that off?
That's on Dirty Bird.
Okay, so your latest. Dirty Bird.
It's on my
I like
latest.
Dirty Bird. Okay, so both of them are from Dirty Bird. So go out and pick yourself up Dirty Bird. You can find it on joshblackburn.com.
Yeah, and also at my shows as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Once again, Josh Blackburn. He's in the studio with us. We will hear more from him soon. But in the meantime, here's a track off Dirty Bird. This one's called Beauty Queen. And you're listening to Soundcheck, the Denver music scene.
Oh.
She's smile across her face. Photo can't replace this picture I see. Can you hear my voice? Take a minute and just listen. I'm stuck in this position, kindly move me around. Can I be your toy? Maybe for a second. Need my injection, let me just take it out. Not a dime. Jane, you could be my beauty queen. Won't you come on over and see it right here in front of me? Don't you worry, I can't breathe. So if you push my buttons, then I would really go for it. Just a shadow in the spit I lay. Tomorrow is today, never changing a thing. It's just a fable, a story in my brain. Graphic sexual frame of this girl that I see. Can you be my show? Maybe for a minute. A game, but I can't win it in this stage of my life. Try to make it grow. Maybe for a second. A hopeless, dumb romantic trying to figure it out. Not a dime. Jane, you could be my beauty queen. Won't you come on over and see it right here in front of me? Don't you worry, I can't breathe. So if you push my buttons, then I would really go for it. Like a trail me out. Like a trail me out. Like a trigger for you. Jane, you could be my beauty queen. Won't you come on over and see it right here in front of me? Don't you worry, I can't breathe. So if you push my buttons, then I would really go for it. Jane, you could be my beauty queen. Won't you come on over and see it right here in front of me? Don't you worry, I can't breathe. So if you push my buttons, then I would really go for it.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil. $15 is the best I can do. You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barber Shop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
What up? This is Jess.
And this is Riley.
And you're listening to Soundcheck,
the Denver music scene.
Welcome back to Soundcheck. I'm Brian P. along with Jerry Lee. And I don't have any of your... why don't you go through that box there and figure out what you're doing?
Yes. It's time now for the Far Out Retro Record Box. This edition of the Far Out Retro Record Box is brought to you by the Retro Denver Metro Facebook page. Denver's past comes alive on the Retro Denver Metro Facebook page. Hey, it's grab and play night tonight on the Retro. That's where I reach into the old box and grab one at random and play it. Let's see what I got here. All right, here's a classic local band from the early 1980s. It's the Aviators on the Retro. Aviators on the retro with everybody's getting down in the same old town tonight, I'm sure. Hey, grab and play night on the retro. Pulling another one out at random, and it is Dangerous Friends from 1986 and Bad Girl on the retro. Dangerous Friends, rounding out a grab and play night here on the retro. I've got to put the box back under one end of the coffee table for now, but check out more retro spins scattered throughout our 24/7 broadcast at Denver Music right here on the Mighty Live 365. Jerry Lee and Brian P. with you on this Wednesday night local music showcase on Soundcheck. Let's keep it rolling with Man the Moon, and this one's called Heart, Mind, and Soul on Live 365.
Oh
All right, you listen to Soundcheck, the Denver music scene. I'm Brian P. along with Jerry Lee. We are broadcasting live from Virginia Village Downs for the first annual Glendale Derby.
I'm nervous.
Looks like they're about to start.
I know. Come on, Steve Baders.
Nah, it's totally Tober. So in the meantime, we'll come back with the results. Like I said, looks like they're off.
Here they go.
I mean, it's like 20 laps or something like that. So we got a little bit. So Jerry Lee, you had something from the past you wanted to bring up, didn't you?
Oh yeah, we got time for that. Sure, we've been playing some stuff from our old Soundcheck TV shows. That's why we were never really on TV.
There's a story of a man named Jerry.
Anyway, here's another one from the old show. Having some fun with some old Soundcheck tapes. Here's a traffic reporter, Rod Iron, again from March 1999 Soundcheck episode. Check it out.
Checking with Rod Iron for a look at the downtown traffic on your Sunday night commute into work.
Yes, once again, it's Rod Iron, Grabdo Taxware. This traffic report is brought to you by Cybertron website. They're the Cybertron web, your bomb site, right? Right. Now, Brian, it seems to be a bit of smoke coming from the Club Duster X as I buzz about the city. So I think I'm going to bail out. So, if you're eastbound 6th Avenue in Santa Fe, you might want to watch for a man in the road. And if you're eastbound 6th at Bryant, you might want to look out for a small plane crashing. This is Rod Iron bailing out of the Club Duster X for Soundcheck, the Denver music scene on Fly 80 Extreme Red Radio!
All right, little Rod Iron with the traffic report.
Blast from the past. There you go. I hope you enjoyed those this evening.
Yes, sir. Hey, our guest tonight is Josh Blackburn, and he is going to be coming up following this break. But before the break...
Yes?
A young horse... A young horse's hoof grows at a rate of about a half an inch a month. As it ages, this drops to a quarter of an inch a month.
Wow.
That's one big-ass hoof, isn't it?
Wow.
Son of a monkey. We'll be right back.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome to Calvin's Barbershop.
You all gotta see this.
I don't even want to know what you're looking at on that phone.
Well, you should. I was learning about the dangers of high blood pressure and that we need to get ours checked regularly. High blood pressure can increase the risk of heart attack or stroke, but this text program can help keep it at a healthy range. Just text Barbershop to 97779 to sign up.
I'll get right on it as soon as I'm done with this baby panda video.
Text Barbershop to 97779. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Oh, baby, got my shirt off and my belt buckle loose, and I'm ready to rock and roll. You're listening to Soundcheck, the Denver music scene, on Live 365, baby.
All right. Brian P. with Jerry Lee.
That guy sounds like he was, like, chewing gravel or something. He'd swallowing gravel.
Probably was.
Oh, baby.
So we have Josh Blackburn in the studio with us.
Yo.
Yo. And once again, Josh, thanks for joining us tonight.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yep. We got time for one more from Josh. Once again, you can find more information and show schedules and some samples of some music at joshblackburn.com. That's BlackBurn.com, or look him up on Facebook. Just search for Josh Blackburn, and he will pop right up.
Bing.
I think he's ready to do another one.
Sure am.
What do you got in store for us here, Josh?
I think I'm going to play a cover for you. I know you guys wanted me to do that. And this is a Little Feat song, Lil George song.
Ooh, sweet.
Little Spanish Moon. So here you go. Well, the night got into town was another rain froze to the ground. Down the street, heard a sorrowful tune coming from a place they call Spanish Moon. Yeah. Stepped inside, stood by the door, while a darker girl sang and played the guitar. There were hookers and hustlers filled the room. Heard about this place they call the Spanish Moon. One false step, get done in. It's a cold situation. I don't care who, you could all face ruin. You could lose it all down at the Spanish Moon. Risque, that cocaine, posing gonna kill you just the same. Yo, but if that don't kill you soon, with a woman wheel down at the Spanish Moon. Well, I on my watch, summer rain, just to hear that girl sing. But I don't care who, you could all face ruin. You could lose it all down at the Spanish Moon. Risque, that cocaine, wasn't gonna kill you just the same. If that don't kill you soon, with a woman wheel down at the Spanish Moon.
Fantastic, man. Like I say, it is fun. It's fun to watch as it is to listen to.
Yeah, we'll post some videos because you just got to see it. Once again, that's Josh Blackburn. He's the guest tonight. You can find more information on him at joshblackburn.com or look him up on Facebook at Josh Blackburn. Once again, he's playing a week from Saturday, the 16th, at the Disonic Music Loop. That's at the Westminster Light Rail Station. The show's from 11 to 7. You can come out and see Josh between 1 and 2.
Let me ask you about that. Have you ever played with other loopers before?
This is my first one.
Because my next question would be like, do you guys kind of like steal little tricks from each other, or
Yeah.
learn a bunch of cool stuff?
That's an interesting question. It's funny, but I kind of came up with my own style just from my own style of playing.
Right.
Most loopers, a lot of loopers do everybody. That's one thing about looping is everybody has their own style. Some people use their mouth as a beatbox, and they'll do the beatbox with their mouth instead of hitting it with their guitar. Or
looks cooler when you're doing it, smacking that guitar.
Well, it's definitely it's definitely better on the guitar to probably do the beatbox,
not hit it.
But I'm a Pete Townsend fan.
Yeah,
so
right.
I kind of dig
too,
what you
me
do.
too. So like I have this red guitar, and I have other Parker Flies that I've actually taken pieces out of and put them in this one because
Really?
I keep breaking the parts in this one.
Wow.
So
what is this? What is that then?
And that's a tension knob.
Oh, okay.
Along with Jerry Lee's
I'm a
question,
drummer.
I had a question as well. I've known about the art of looping, and I've seen some folks do it, and I've known it for a while. But this festival or show or whatever it is has this been going on a while? Or?
This is the first annual.
Oh, this is going to be cool.
Kind of like the first annual horse race here at the
Absolutely.
Virginia Village Downs.
Exactly the same.
It's still going on, folks. That race is still going on.
And they're looping as well.
You're right. Around and around and around.
They don't look as cool, though.
I hope, I wish for a great turnout for you guys, because it sounds really cool, and I am definitely going to be there.
So there'll be one more there.
We'll spread the word.
That's great. We definitely need some love of that thing right now.
Yeah, we'll promote it.
Very much so.
Indeedy. Jerry Lee, we got time for a song? I think we do.
I got the Garden Weasels here on the old turntable here. This one's called Weasels on Live 365.
Well, the skirt drops up the ways behind the shade behind the trees. Well, the sharp teeth gnashing with her nipple at your knees. I said now, Weasel, 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 gnashing at your knees. Well, my mother always told me about the roads in the lawn. Well, the sharp teeth gnashing, well, they're stealing all the blondes. I said now, Weasel, 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 gnashing at your knees. Say, Weasel, 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 gnashing at your knees. Ha! When I'm walking down the street now, you know, trying to meet some girls. They tell me, baby, baby, come back, 'cause they're dancing with weasels. I said now, weasels, 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 gnashing at your knees. Say, weasels, 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 gnashing at your knees. Say, Weasel, 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 gnashing at your knees. Weasel, 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 gnashing at your knees.
Garden Weasels with the appropriately titled track Weasels. You've been listening to Soundcheck, the Denver music scene. I,
you
Brian
have.
P., along with Jerry Lee, would like to thank Josh Blackburn for joining us and entertaining us this evening. We had a great time here at the Virginia Village Downs. Once again, joshblackburn.com for more information on that. And he will be appearing at the Dasonic Music Loop the 16th of this month, which is a week from Saturday.
16. Isn't that
the episode? How
the episode
appropriate.
number?
Hey, would also like to thank Dave Barber,
Thanks,
the
Dave.
local music guru, for calling in as always. Always a pleasure, Dave.
Ooh, there's the pleasure bell, Dave.
Hey, and don't forget, Soundcheck, the Denver music scene, now airs networks or whatever the hell it's called 24/7 on Live 365. Just look up Soundcheck. Also, be sure to like our Facebook page and visit our YouTube channel. Just look up Brian Pavlik and Soundcheck will pop up. Subscribe to our channel and listen to some past shows in case you've missed them.
And as soon as this show's over, you can go right back to the 24/7 digging the sound of Denver right here on Soundcheck, the Denver music scene.
Talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.